I'm Gregg Greenberg. Jack Welch, GE used to be a barometer of the economy. It was so well diversified, industrials, financials. Now it's slimming down, getting rid of some of the real estate, some of the financial assets. What do you make of the recent changes?
Well, I think they're terrific.
Senator Claire McCaskill, first female senator from the state of Missouri. What attribute do you think propelled you in your political ascension?
I was really ambitious.
Steve Forbes, I'm going to go out on a limb here. You want a flat tax, right?
Boy, you are brilliant, Greg, really.
What exactly is an outlier?
If the temperature hit 100 degrees today in New York, that would be an outlier.
How do we beat China when they have more than 1 billion people who are willing to work for next to nothing?
By staying ahead of the curve.
And if you were to take Ben Bernanke's job, what would you do from day one?
I would be much more aware of the uncertainties.
Mayor Rudy Giuliani, what about all those shovel-ready projects we kept hearing about? If we had the money, shouldn't those take care of these projects?
That was one of the first big frauds of the Obama administration.
Robert Herjavec, what's the state of upward mobility in America? As a shark, you have a unique vantage point.
I think that this is still the greatest country in the world.
Tony Robbins, the average person is too busy to find the hidden fees in their 401k plans. So how can they do it?
It's worse than too busy. For 30 years, the industry has not even had to tell you what they were charging you.
Anthony Scaramucci, the big trend within hedge funds is a move towards quant managers. You used to have a lot of gunslingers like Michael Steinhardt, Stevie Cohen, but a lot of those have been scrutinized. Do you expect this trend to continue?
That I actually think will continue.
Andrew Ross Sorkin, how did you approach the book?
People talk about institutions that are too big to fail. This was always about people who were too big to fail.
Muhammad Al-Arian, does it seem somewhat perverse to you that the stock market is taking almost each and every cue for its movements off a group of unelected economists down in Washington, D.C.?
It's not just perverse. It's worse than that. It's absurd.
Barney Frank, in the book, you defend your role in the subprime lending crisis. The politicians have taken some blame. Banks have taken some blame. The ratings agencies have taken some blame. Do you think that the American public has taken their adequate share of the blame for buying houses they couldn't afford?
No, not entirely, and that's true of some people.
Jerry Rice, you're famous for your offensive prowess on the football field, but you're here on Wall Street talking about adding defense to your portfolio. Why is that?
Defensive-wise, you win championships.
Michael Lewis, Lennon-McCartney, Abbott Costello, Rodgers and Hammerstein, and now Tversky and Kahneman. So why should the world know about these guys?
They change the way people think about their own minds.
Here's The Street's Gregg Greenberg with a look at investing in sports memorabilia.
Stocks and bonds may be the building blocks of a diversified portfolio, but sometimes it also helps to have balls. Baseballs, that is. The president's idea of building a wall may sound radical, but it's not new. The Chinese built one. The East Germans built one.
Tear down this wall.
Even Pink Floyd built one. So when Donald Trump talks about a wall, it's old news, especially here on Wall Street. Why do you think it's called Wall Street anyway? Welcome to the 5 Dumbest Things on Wall Street, where this week things got so dumb that we had to bump JCPenney, Jamie Dimon, and the entire nation of Greece from our list, where right now we may be the only ones not being sued over the Facebook IPO. Where this week we're recording in front of a live studio audience. No, not yet, wait.